but they all seem to be saying that these days. And I'm just like, I'm not interested. I'm not proving anything to you. I'm not going to go 50-50 on even the pursuit, because that's what they like to talk about. Like, oh, well,
Chase. Yeah.
women should be chasing us too. Absolutely
No,
not.
no,
I'm not
no,
doing
Absolutely not.
shit.
All that
absolutely
says to
not
me is
me.
you have a little dick, you have no
No,
confidence, and you're not a gentleman. That's
no.
all I hear that you're
I'm not chasing
communicating
no
by
man.
saying
I
that.
am not chasing no man. I listen.
For
I
what reason? I don't even want
chase a man.
you. You want me. That's the thing. I don't even want you. But that's probably what they're after. They're trying to find out up front if the woman wants them, instead of being men and just being
Yes.
fucking hunters, and just, you know what I mean, just like checking shit out. You know what I mean? Like, oh, maybe she's interested. Let me go and, you know what I mean,
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not. You know
present to
what?
her. But no, they don't want to do that. They want a woman to be presenting to them off top, so that they know for sure before they go and approach her. And I'm not doing that. That's what men do. And you're not going to put me in a man's position, especially when they're always, especially these days, these little dick low confidence men talking about
Yeah.
how women are so masculine now. Women of the West are so masculine these days. If you want to put
Yes.
me in a masculine role, I think the fuck not.
Okay, y'all should be embarrassed that the women of the West are masculine, that they felt that they needed to become masculine. You should be embarrassed.
Yes.
And like
You're
right
so
now,
fucking feminine. You want to be chased. You want to be asked out on dates. You want to be courted. You want a woman to pay for dates. Like, you should be embarrassed that women are so fucking
Yeah, no
masculine now.
embarrassment. I
Look,
blame
what are you, look at all the femininity you're putting out there.
I
yes,
blame women for being so damn parched.
yes, yes. But that just the thought of just going out now on a date and meeting someone, like, the UN, the General Assembly just happened like this week. Oh, I know I could have scored big time, but the thought of going out to meet someone, I would rather shit in my hands and fucking clap in my
I
hand in my
swear.
face.
I swear.
I was shit in my hands and clap in my face first.
That's
Yes.
where I
Yeah.
am. That's where I am. I'm 6, 7 months into celibacy at this point, and I don't foresee any of that changing anytime soon. Like, and it used to be hard for me because I've attempted celibacy a few times. This is the longest that I've ever gone, and it used to be hard for me. But just the more that I look around, and the
Yeah,
more I hear men talking this
they're
feminine ass
gross
shit about wanting
because
to
they're
be chased,
disgusting.
wanting to be courted, and all that shit, and then just watching the way that men and women, to be honest, but just watching the way that men particularly treat women, and just watching the dynamic between men and women in a romantic realm these days makes celibacy so fucking easy.
They're
It's
disgusting.
so easy to be celibate. I've
Makes
been
it
Yes,
celibate
so
for almost
easy.
very
3 years.
easy, very very easy.
I got my little toys and shit, but I'm
I
not
haven't
with
even been using my toys lately. Like, I haven't done nothing in like 4 months. That's insane for me because I have a
Mhm.
really high sex drive.
Yeah,
Haven't done anything in like 4 months, and I've been chilling.
yep,
It's much
yep.
easier than women think it is.
It is. It most definitely is. Once you get into that zone, it's almost like they stunt your desire. Your desire. They stunt
Yes.
you.
How
You just
disgusting
you're
they are
fine.
makes it so fucking easy. How
You're fine. You're gonna be fine.
openly they talk about how they the way that they want to treat women, and then just looking around and seeing how they actually are treating women. They talk about how they want to treat women even worse than they do, but then
Yes.
when I look around at how they are treating women, I'm like,
Mhm.
ew,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Won't be me. I'm cool, just, you know what I mean, just chilling by myself. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm weird
It's
because,
too.
like I said, I don't even like them flirting with me. I don't like them. That's the thing. That's what makes it easy for me, I think.
Yes.
I don't like
Yes.
them.
Yes.
And
And
then
I.
the more
I.
I see them posting online and the more I see the way they're treating other women, makes me dislike them even more. So it makes it easier. That's what it is. I don't like them.
Yes.
That's why it's so easy for me.
Yes. Yeah. And it's. I don't
Yeah.
like. I don't like stress, and I don't like to be stressed.
Me
And
either. I don't like
and that's
discomfort.
what
I
they
don't
like
like
to
being
do.
picked on. I don't like being fucking nagged to death.
Yes.
I don't like it. I don't like you expecting me to consider you at every turn of my fucking life. I don't want any of that shit. And I know
Nothing.
that that's what it takes to have a healthy relationship, but I'm not in a space where I want to have a healthy relationship right now. Like, I don't want to have to consider somebody else
Exactly.
with every single thing that I do. Not
Mm-mm.
at this point in my life. I'm not
Not at
ready
this
for that.
point. Right there with you, sister.
I'm right with y'all.
Mm-mm.
Because they require a lot, and I have nothing to give.
They
So
do, and I don't have nothing to give. That's what I was
nothing.
just telling my mom. Like, I don't have nothing to give. Like, all I have is for myself.
Yep.
All right, so man of the house, how do you feel about that phrase? What does it mean to you? We all from Gen X, so I know we've all heard that before, but it seems like, at least to me, I hear it less these days. What's up?
What is
Man in the house. Then, what makes it? Why should he be the head of the house? Because he got a cock?
I'm just asking, like, what does it mean to you? Like, how do you feel about it?
It means nothing to me.
Kathy said cock.
I know, I love that word.
I do too. That's why I use the budget.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
It means nothing to me at this time because man of the house. Lord, I don't even know what to say. I mean, do that mean, you supposed to come in and run shit?
What, the dishwasher, the washing
Right.
machine? You can run this vacuum cleaner over this rug.
Run my bath water.
Right. You can wash the windows and shit. You can sweep. What you gonna do, boo?
So basically what I'm getting at is, like, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just me or my area, but when I was growing up, I heard that a lot when we're talking about single mother households that has a son in the home.
Yeah.
And
I've
so,
heard
like,
that too.
people will be telling him or telling the household in general that son is the man of the house. What does that mean to you? How do you feel about that phrase?
Okay. Now I get what you said. No, my son is not the man of my house. There is no man in my house. I'm the matriarch. I'm the empress. No. That never made any sense to me because, I mean, if he a child, how he the man of your house? That don't make any sense.
Literally be talking about a 9-year-old boy.
Right. Why are you putting that burden on his shoulders?
Yes.
There's so much, there's so much pathology. There's so much psychological pathology rooted around that statement.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to take a 6-year-old, a 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old little boy, 11, 12, 13, and refer to him as the man of the house? What in the ever-loving fuck does that mean?
He can't even provide for this house.
Is he supposed to?
He's a child.
He's a child. Is he supposed to go out to some steel mill and go pull a 8 to 4?
Right.
Or a 12 to 8 shift? Or a 3 to 11?
Is he supposed to protect the house when a burglar breaks in?
Is he supposed to get on a truck and be a long hauler to come and provide for the house? If somebody try to break in, is he supposed to go with a bat and try to see who? What does that mean? Is he paying the bills? What does that mean? I mean, like, man, we sick. Sick.
Very sick.
That's so
what
tough.
What does that mean?
To put that on his little brain, for me, like, that just never made sense to me. But then, like, especially as an adult looking back on that, like, to put that on his little brain and his little heart, like, that's a lot of pressure to be like, okay, you're the man of the house now. Look after your mama and your sisters. Like, what?
We're sick. What does that mean? This boy is in
school. What can he do? All that pressure and knowing that there's literally nothing that he can do.
But he's a child.
Fucking climb.
My children, even when they become adults, 23, 24, 26, I don't know if they're going to be in my house. I hope to God that they're not. I hope that they've made their way. Unless if they're not financially stable to the point where they can make their own way and not become bums, I'm not putting them out into the street. But even when they become adult age, they're not going to be, quote unquote, the man of my house.
Exactly.
What does that mean? So what I was saying earlier is teaching them like there's no such thing as these roles, like the man of the house and the woman of the house.
Like this is supposed to be your new husband now
This
because
is
things didn't work out with their
like
daddy.
what this is, this is an egalitarian, it's going to be an egalitarian household. That is what I'm raising them to be, to live in an egalitarian household. Everyone does everything. Everybody cooks, everybody cleans, everybody works. There's no, the man does this and the woman does this because he's a man and because she's a woman. That bullshit don't fly here.
Exactly.
That does not fly here. And this is why you're putting out these poor children, like 6, 7 years old. You told he's the man of the house. That's what they're going out into society. They're the man of the house. You're not letting them express their emotions. You're not letting them have therapy, and you're unleashing them onto society.
Yeah. And you're telling him that he's the man of the house. Now, when he go out and start knocking over liquor stores or selling drugs, you're gonna say he wrong.
And that
like,
women,
how
and
you
that
supposed
women,
to provide for this house as the man of the fucking house.
And women are to be your slaves. Women are to bow down to you.
Yeah.
For what? Why?
Yep. Because that's always been a part of my thought process when it came to that phrase too, is that like, why the fuck is he the man of the house? And what does that mean for me as the little sister or the big sister or the mother?
Mm-hmm.
And then why is that not, I kind of get it because that sounds extremely creepy and scary in the world that we live in, but why is it that when it's a single father is the fucking daughter not, why is like the phrase woman of the house not a thing? Granted, like I said, it sounds scary as fuck.
Yeah, it's frightening.
I wouldn't want that, but it's weird. It's weird. It's like trying to put even the mom in a subordinate role to this child king, just because he's a boy.
Yeah, and
that's crazy shit.
I wonder if those moms also have like this like incestuous emotional attachment to their sons.
Yeah, their new husband.
Like their sons can do no wrong, no matter all the bad shit that their sons do. They're the ones on camera saying, "Oh, he's such a good boy. My son, he's a good boy. He's a good man. He don't do." I wonder if that's going on also in the house, that it's inappropriate emotional attachment.
Yeah, because a lot of times too, I think that these type of women tend to have these adverse attitudes and opinions toward their sons' mates,
partners,
their partners, and whatnot.
Yes.
And it's like, why do you proudly, even, because I see a lot of girls like making posts in this direction on social media a lot, that basically in a nutshell say none of you bitches are good enough for my little king. And it's just like,
crazy.
Why do you feel like that? That's creepy.
That's that crazy shit. That's that nigga shit.
Yeah.
And he's just supposed to be yours forever. Why?
That's that crazy shit.
Yeah, that shit creeps me out. Oh, schooling. Has this been an issue in your parenting or in the raising of boys that you've seen around you? And how can struggling parents kind of like motivate their sons to get and remain on the right track scholastically and maintain healthy relationships within the school setting?
But that's, after he went through some stuff when he was in grammar school, but high school, it went by pretty smooth. He graduated with like a 3-point average. He had some lazy tendencies. This is why he was struggling. But once he decided that he wanted more, he started doing better. And if you are having problems with your sons in school, you need to reach out, some organizations that you can find some. Reach out to the teacher at your children's, your son's school. You got to be, real proactive with them because it's very easy for them to get caught up in the system.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to have them, make sure they read on a regular basis. Because there's a lot of men that can't read.
Yes.
Grown men.
Child.
They cannot read.
It's true. Let alone enjoy the pleasures of reading just for the sake of pleasure.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was reading somewhere they said it's a whole bunch of functioning illiterates in this country, and a lot of them are men. Because they was overlooked when they was children. Their parents didn't, bother to get them any help. So if you got a son that's struggling with reading, you need to get him with help as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So he can know how to fill out a job application. There's grown men out here that don't know how.
Yeah.
Functioning illiterates.
Yep. Salome?
I remember a man told me once that I sounded like I read too many books.
Girl.
I hung up the
phone. Partner.
Man, listen, I hung up the phone on that dude so fast. But anyway, so for me, so it was interesting, like me growing up, my mother, my mother never knew if I had any homework or any projects that were due. She never asked. It was just expected of us, of my siblings and I, that, we come home from school, you do your homework, and that it was expected that we would all go to college, and never asked, never showed any interest in what projects I had to do. I was doing just nothing. Another weak-minded person would have probably fallen into apathy. By that. I mean, I'm still holding like a little grudge against her because I'm at this big age now, and like I have not forgotten that. But I knew that I wanted to be successful. Like I didn't want to live off the government. I want to be able to pay my bills when they came. I wanted, to be able to travel when I wanted to. I wanted to be able to, if I saw something and I liked it, I wanted to be able to buy it. So I knew that I had to stay in school and I had to be successful. So my children, I am very, very involved in, in their schooling. I always go to like general orientations. I always make sure I'm at every single parent-teacher conference. My mother only went to one. I was in the 6th grade. And that's because the 6th grade teacher said that she wasn't going to release my report card unless my mother came, because no one knew what my mother looked like.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And she had never been to one before, and she never went to another one after. But I, every single one, and thank goodness now they're on Zoom. My God, whew, thank goodness I don't have to leave my house. So my youngest had some struggles when he was in the 2nd grade. He started to become unhappy with homework and rebelling with homework and not wanting to do it and just crying. And homework was like this, and I'm looking at this homework and like, I know he can do this in like 20-30 minutes. That he would just go and he would just cry for like 3-4 hours until he exhausted himself. And after he exhausted himself, then he would do it and he would be done in 30 minutes. And then he would say, that wasn't so bad, Mama. And I was like, yeah, I know it wasn't so bad. That's what I'm trying. That's what the fuck I was trying to do for the last 3 to 4 hours, but all you want to do is fine. And so I'm like, this is happening a little bit too often. So I put him in therapy. And, he has anxiety around school and around schoolwork. and he was, had therapy on and off. And I'm of the school that I think everyone should benefit from therapy.
Fuck
All
yeah.
of us.
Yes, Lord.
All of us. And when your children start giving you signs, I don't believe in being denial. I'm like, we're going to find out. Like, are you psychotic? Are you bipolar? Do you have, borderline personality? Let's find out now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out right now. I do not believe in being in denial about my children. If something's wrong with them, we're going to get you fixed. We're going to get you fixed. That's what I have insurance for. We're going to get you fixed.
Yeah, the better. Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's older now, and he still has some frustrations, and he still sees his therapist. He still sees his therapist, and
I'm glad you was proactive with him.
Oh, absolutely.
And quick.
Wait.
Quick.
Yeah.
And my oldest now, who was the valedictorian of his middle school. He would not want me to tell you, but I'm going to tell anyone and everyone who would listen to me, because he was the valedictorian of his middle school and he's my son. Super bright, and very, very, conscious and self-driven, but has always been shy and an introvert. And these last 2 years of COVID was very detrimental to him and to my youngest, but more to him. And I know to a fuckload of other children, this staying at home for this whole year, it was like a year and a half that they stayed at home, on online school, he became more introverted and more shy. Where he says now he hates school. He still does his work. He's still a perfectionist, but I'm going to have him see a therapist.
Yeah, because it was the opposite for me, and I know I need to get back in therapy, but I'm a introvert myself, and lockdown made me come more out of my shell.
Yeah. He says no, he doesn't want to because it's not going to help. I said, it is going to help you, because you still have to continue to do and go to that place that you say you hate. But then at the same time, you want to be successful. You want to go into this very difficult career path where you're going to require an immense amount of schooling. So we need to deal with this now, because I don't have the tools to help you, and you need help to navigate this.
You're gonna have to be in school for a lot longer.
Yeah. So he's gonna see a therapist in a couple of weeks.
Good.
And I don't think that we should be embarrassed. I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of. And I think for too long, it's been stigmatized.
Heck yeah.
See a therapist, and I think all of our children would benefit from seeing a therapist, so they're not like 40, 50, 60 years old on a podcast and talking about what their mother did to them when they were in high school,
or 40, 50, 60 podcasts talking about how they need to get back in therapy.
Exactly. I'm about to get back in therapy.
Why
not?
So
okay. So do you believe the men the world is producing currently is improving, remaining the same, or getting worse? Why? How so?
They're getting worse, and I blame a lot of it on the social media, because you got a bunch of miserable men who have found other miserable men to get with and commensurate with, and they just be whining all day long. Like, I'm just going to tell y'all something funny. I was on Clubhouse. I know about that app. And girl, it's so ghetto. Oh my God.
I can't tolerate it.
It's Facebook with voices.
That's what I was about to say. That's what it seems like to me.
It's Facebook.
I only just recently started tippy-toeing back in Facebook. I can't handle it.
It's Facebook with voices. And this dude, they have a chat where you can You get to hear the voices of the illiterate, y'all. Lord.
Oh my God. No.
Facebook with voices. When it first started,
no,
it was
man,
okay.
can you imagine fucking Trey
No.
DeAndre from Facebook?
No.
Girl, they can't talk. But when I first got on Clubhouse,
Talking
it was
on
okay.
Clubhouse?
And then something happened 6 months later. I don't know what happened in the 6 months I went on Clubhouse, but when I came back, I'm like, oh, y'all done turned gutter. Okay. But this dude was talking about all the women in this room ugly except for two. And I'm like, you immature little asshole. You know, how is your mentality is that of a 7th grader? And then when I told my daughter that, she told me a story what happened with her in the 7th grade when this dude said all the girls in the classroom was ugly except for one. I'm like, these men are still stuck in a perpetual adolescence.
Yes,
You're
that's
grown
why
ass man though.
huge reason why I can't tolerate them, and I just choose to refuse to, because who has the time? Who has the time? I'm not about to sit here and argue with no fool that's still stuck in the 6th grade. I'm a 41-year-old fucking woman. I don't have the patience or the time for them. This is some shit that their parents should have dealt with. I don't have to.
Exactly. That's why when you do have a son, you have to make sure that he does not grow up into one of these adults, these men.
They be so insecure and hurt. And all they want to do is just sit on the internet and be fucking weird ass, miserable grown man trolls. I'll never understand a man being no internet troll. Never. Especially when they target women. Never gonna understand that. You are the fucking power structure in the whole entire world. I was gonna say in this country, but in the whole entire world. And you choose to sit on the internet and be an internet troll.
So I'm going to agree with Kathy wholeheartedly. I think that they're far worse. They're angrier. They're more toxic, and it's because of social media. Social media has now given them a voice. They sit on YouTube where they link up to these other nut jobs that these other men haters, where they commiserate. They have their same backwards thinking, and there's so many that are what I call homo romantics.
Yeah.
Where they want to have sex with women. They're heterosexual. They want to have sex with women. They like having sex with women, but all their emotions and their feelings they save for other men.
Yeah.
And for their friends. They have no sympathy or empathy for women.
None.
But they want to
Heavy
fuck
on
them.
the no empathy. Like you can't even fucking
No, they're animals.
try to place yourself in my shoes and get where I'm coming from.
No, they can only do that for their bros. They can't do that for women because women are just there to cook and clean and to be fucked and to have their children. Their children
don't want to be
specifically. Their children specifically. I just think that it's wild, which is one of the reasons why I lost my first Instagram account, because they would report me like, why are you under my comment, and then when I clap back at you, you become angry, and then you report me.
I'm telling my daddy.
These men are, they're able to troll on social media and spill such hatred and vitriol towards women because and this is what I would tell them. They're either unemployed or they're underemployed, because men who have money and men who are out in the world making money are not on social media harassing women.
Yes, that back and forth, and they initiate it.
Yes.
A woman cannot say shit on the internet. She will just say like a fact that men are harmful to women. Like what I said to that guy that I got into it with the other day. Men are harmful to women. Women need to be more careful at the moment that a man shows creepy behavior. Now it's time to go back and forth with that woman on the internet. You don't even know her. You just happen to scroll up on her tweet or on her Facebook post or Instagram post or whatever. And now it's time for you to just go back and forth with her and all the women in her comments. Absolutely disgusting. Totally turned off.
Yeah, but if he was busy at a job, being productive, making money, trying to enrich himself, being a productive person to try and better the world, he would have no time or no interest to be going back and forth bickering like a hen with a woman.
Yeah, and then
What is that?
if he was a desirable man, he wouldn't be doing that either.
Exactly.
Because he
What is
doesn't have the energy or the temperament, the desire to be going back and forth with women. He's too busy getting love from women.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's the ones who get rejected all the time, oftentimes, majority of the time, who are going back and forth with women who got all this fucking heat and smoke for women.
Yep.
And I'll die by that.
You're absolutely right, 100%.
And I'm glad that you guys mentioned their behavior on the internet when you're talking about them becoming worse, because what I've noticed is, yes, there's an influx of men voicing their disgusting thoughts online where it comes to women. And then simultaneously, like right at the same time, we're getting all of these articles and studies on all these lonely single men in the world.
Yes, that's Psychology Today article.
Do they not see a correlation?
Yes.
Like, you're every day jumping on the World Wide Web, voicing how disgusting you are loudly and bullying women and all this. And then you don't understand why now, of all time periods, we have this huge population of single lonely men. And I don't mean just single because I'm single. I'm not lonely.
Yes, exactly.
These motherfuckers are single and lonely.
They miserable.
And they don't see a correlation. You're
because
playing how disgusting and undesirable you are to women every single day by trying to go back and forth with us online about our opinions or on straight up facts. And you're just like what a lot of the people keep making TikToks about, like, I don't need another video about how you don't like to fuck fat bitches. You know what I mean? Like, they're just, they can't get over the fucking urge to jump on social media and talk about their so-called preference. Nobody needs another video about how you don't like dark-skinned women. Nobody needs another video about how much you hate single moms. No one needs another video unprovoked about how you don't like Black women or
right. Nobody cares about your likes, nigga.
You know that
online to voice all these toxic and disgusting views that a lot of them really don't even believe, because many of these men, I'm certain, have dated plenty overweight women, have dated plenty single moms, have dated plenty of Black women, have dated plenty dark-skinned women. So, like, you're just jumping online to just be abusive because you do date these women.
Exactly.
And you wonder why women are backing away from you. Every single time you guys do stupid shit like this, you push women further away from you.
Right, and they too stupid to realize that.
You can be alone. You can be alone and not be lonely.
Yeah, that's me.
Right.
I'm not lonely. And then, I don't miss them.
But think about how many women are partnered, and because of who they're partnered with, they're not alone, but they're lonely as fuck.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, and that's psychology.
And men, to be honest, but yeah,
absolutely, it goes both ways. But that Psychology Today article where all these dating apps, it's overrun by men.
Yeah,
because women
looking for us, but they can't. Women talking shit about us.
Women have decided they have gone into our club. We're like, we cannot deal with them. We cannot. They are too toxic. They're sick. They need therapy.
Yes, they do.
I just wish that all women would just leave the dating apps and just leave them there alone.
I told Shan the same thing. I'm like, if you guys are watching my Instagram stories, hoping for like some advice on online dating, you're looking in the wrong story. Because I'm not giving you any advice on that. I'm talking about women. I'm not giving you any advice on that. I want all of you to get off of it.
I've been off
of online dating apps for at least 4 years.
Same. 4 years.
I want you off of it. I'm not going to give you tips on how to be more effective at it. I want you off of it.
Get off of it and leave them alone. And I think
it's worse for the men, but it's bad for women too. Get off of it.
Yes, but I think that one of the things that makes them angrier is when they're spouting this vitriol, how I don't like fat women and I don't like dark-skinned women, they look like jigaboos, I don't like women with natural hair, like straighten your hair. You know what? All these women from all backgrounds, we don't care. Who gives a fuck? Who
I'm
asked
not
you?
changing shit.
Nobody cares. Who asked you?
I never
They
wear
hate
my hair
that.
straight. I'm not bleaching my fucking skin.
They don't
If
like
I had a kid, oh well, motherfucker. Like if I was overweight, bitch, oh well. I'm
so
not
what?
changing nothing for
So
them.
what? You pay my food bill? You pay
Right,
my
that's more
food bill?
food for me since you don't want my fat ass.
Exactly. And you know what? If he was lucky, I'd put this gut on you and you would fucking like it.
If he was lucky.
You will fucking like it. Because plenty of them have gone and had sex with overweight women and they love it.
And they won't leave them the fuck alone when the women want them to.
Exactly.
They won't go away.
They will not go away.
Exactly. But I don't know. I mean, I think that the responsibility is of the parents. It's in the households. They are putting out these subhuman species of men that are angry and have like this deluded concept of these quote unquote roles, how they want women to be submissive. Now listen, now my children, how did I give birth to my children, and I have to submit to them, and I'm going to cower to them, like you slid out of my vagina. I will crush you with my vagina.
That part.
Are you crazy?
Drop right on your throat.
Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I don't understand how these women, they allow their son beat them up. What?
I don't understand it.
You created this person. This person came from you. You nurtured him inside of you. You made him human. You pushed him out of your vagina. You may or may not have nursed him on your breast. And you are now cowering to him.
Insane. You better tase his ass.
That shit crazy.
Once he drops.
It blows my mind. It blows my mind. And I blame women, the first women from thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. Those first men knew that women were more powerful than them. They knew that the only thing is that men have is the brute force. That's all they have.
It.
Brute force. That's it. They knew the women were more intelligent than them. They knew anything that we touch, we make more beautiful. Anything. We can create anything. But those women decided to give those fucking men the power that they have today, and they're not giving it up. Look at the world. Look what they have turned the world into. A fucking mess.
Garbage.
The world is a fucking mess.
Yep. It's a fucking mess. Sewer. The whole thing is a fucking sewer.
Ghetto as hell.
Yeah.
Ghetto as hell.
And you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about women beautifying everything. Everything we touch.
Everything we touch.
Look what we do with makeup, what we do with hair, what we do with interior design, what we do with gardens, like what we do with fucking graphic design. Everything we fucking touch.
The nuances, the differences in color tones that men can't even distinguish.
They can't even see.
They can't even see. They can't even distinguish. Well, why do you have 6 lipsticks of the same color? They're not the same fucking
color. They're not the same color, dude.
Colorblind, motherfucker.
They're not the same fucking color. Everything we touch, we make more beautiful. Everything.
We live in a fucking sewer right now.
Look at this.
Yeah, living in the ghetto.
Because of those first women, I say a fuck you to them. A fuck you to them.
Yeah.
That they allowed them to grab a hold. This should have been a matriarchal society. If this had been a matriarchal society, this world would not be in the condition that it is in.
It wouldn't. That's just facts. I mean, when COVID happened, look at all the countries that like
Are
pretty
run by women.
pretty much eradicated it early
Yes.
on. And were
Yes.
the woman-run countries. And then you got countries like this motherfucker. Yeah, my rights. I shouldn't have to wear a fucking mask.
Yes. Yes.
Right, sounding like fucking idiots.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and those are the
My rights.
countries, and by the way, those are the countries that are run by women that have parental leave. They have, you know, they don't have privatized insurance. You have maternity and parental leave up to 1.5 years. Some of it is paid up to a year. Like, sets, the taxes are higher, but nobody cares because you can nurture your family. You don't have, you're not putting out beasts. You have time to nurture your children. Instead of 6 weeks, you got to go back to work in 6 to 8 weeks. What the fuck is that?
That's nothing.
Your C-section scar, if you had a C-section, hasn't even healed.
No, it hasn't. Because I had 3 C-sections. I know.
It hasn't even healed.
That baby
If
can't
you had
even halfway see straight after 6 weeks.
It can't.
And it's time for the mama to be
if you had a vaginal
back off to
delivery,
work.
if you had a vaginal delivery, your perineum just healed. It just finished healing. And the site where your placenta came out from, it just finished healing. And you're back to work?
And we as
that?
humans, we set the precedence that we shouldn't be separating a fucking dog or cat from its parent, from its children before we, you know what I'm saying, start to adopt them off and shit. But a human being, your mom, your dad should be separating from the child and being shipped back off to work after 6 weeks. Like, that don't make no sense.
6 little funky ass weeks.
Like, we got,
It's
yeah, like
inhuman.
we have a higher standard for cats and dogs than we do for our own selves.
It's inhuman. It is inhuman. That's wild.
Yeah. So do you guys have any, we'll start with Kathy, do you have any advice for parents raising sons in our current world?
Do not coddle your sons because you're going to turn them into youth.
Hold on. There's some sound issue. What was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had some water running. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, go ahead. Start over.
Do not coddle. You love your sons, but don't coddle them because they're going to grow up to be useless. Of use to no one, including themselves.
Mm-hmm. Salome?
I think that you should love your sons. You should encourage them to express their emotions. If you think there's anything untoward going on with their thinking, with their emotions, you should seek therapy.
Yes.
Immediately. I think that you should teach them to be gentle humans, to be fair, to be just, to not expect anyone to be their slave. That when they go out into the world, they should be independent. They should be able to cook, clean, handle their own clothes. They have to be independent human beings, and that they should be good people, and not be mean, not be nasty, and to be kind.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to cry when you're hurt.
Absolutely.
It's normal.
Absolutely. That's what the emotions, to express your emotions. It's human, to cry. If you need to cry, cry. You have to let that out. It's human to let it out. You have to let it out.
Yes, you do.
Yep. All right. Well, good talk, y'all.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Do y'all have any closing thoughts? And if not, go ahead and remind everybody who you are and what past episodes you're on, stuff like that.
Well, I know I've been on a couple episodes with you, but my little brain just scattered these days. But I have my own podcast called The Potty Mouth Granny. It can be found on Anchor and Apple and Spotify and a couple other platforms. And I have this ebook about my experience with perimenopause, which is the season before menopause actually kick in, and how it's been kicking my ass for the past 6 years.
Okay, and Kathy, I'm gonna help you out a little bit. I'm gonna help you out again. You did Gen X. You did um, making trolls viral. You did femininity coaching. And then what was the last one we just did?
Oh, like I said, this brain ain't wrapped too
I
tight.
know. It was toxic relationships.
Yes.
All right. So Kathy, she's been on 4 prior to this one. All right, Salome.
So I've been on 2 prior. I did the abortion one and the menopause.
Yes.
I did the menopause, and we have one more to do.
Yes, we
You
do.
and I.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be a good
You
one.
had to laugh.
Especially all these wild ads that I've been seeing. My God.
Uh-huh.
So just closing thoughts. It's just, my same statement. Men are the plague of the earth, and I am hoping that there will be 2 less that come out of my house.
Exactly. And I can say the same thing. It's one less piece of shit coming from my house.
I know that's right.
And that's
That's
the promise I
good.
made to myself when he was a little boy. I'm like, nope, nope.
Yep.
I know that's right. That sounds good. Well, thank you both for joining us
Of course.
again this week. And I hope everyone enjoyed this week's show. Be sure to tune in next week at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Podcast 10.
Have a wonderful evening, ladies.
You
Yay!
too.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
guys so much. Bye bye.
All right. Bye.